Hello everyone! Welcome to this new lesson in the course where we are going to create this hover effect when hovering over menu items or links. So you can see we have a background that fades in, along with these two borders, from the top right and bottom left corners. Got it? So let's see how we can create this effect. I will go here in my HTML and I will add a UL, then LI inside of it, and an anchor tag inside the LI, and I will say home. Then I will copy this LI, paste it 4 times, and I will say about, portfolio, services, and contact. Then we will go to our CSS to add some styles. First, I will target the UL, add margin, 0, padding, 0, and display, flex, in order to display all the list items side by side. And finally, to get rid of the bullets, we will add list style type, none. All right, let's keep it moving. I will target the anchor tag, and I will set its color to this dark gray color. Then we want to make the font size a little bit bigger, so I will add font size, 20 pixels. Then text decoration, none, to remove the underlines. Text transform, uppercase to make all the letters capital, padding, 5 pixels from top and bottom and 10 pixels from left and right. And we want to add some spaces between the links, so we will add margin, 0 pixels from top and bottom and 10 pixels from left and right. Okay, now we will add position, relative, and transition, all, 0.5 seconds. Good! Now our links are sitting side by side with some spaces between them, and they look nice. Next, let's work on the hover effect. We will create the borders that appear in the top right corner and in the bottom left corner, using the before and the after pseudo elements. So I will go right here and say A:(before). Then inside of it, I will add content, empty strings, position, absolute, and this will be the border that appears on the bottom left corner. So we will say bottom, 0, and left, 0. Then we will make this before pseudo element a square and add borders to it. So I will add width, 12 pixels, height, 12 pixels. Then, in order to see what we have now, let's add a temporary background color. So I will add background color, blue, for example. So here you can see the before pseudo element sits right here on the bottom left corner, and it has a width and height of 12 pixels and a blue background color. Now we want to add a border to it, around just the left side and the bottom side. So let's do that. I will go back to the before pseudo element, and I will add border, 3 pixels, solid, and I will add this nice red color. Now, this line of code we just added will put a border around all the sides of the blue background. So if we take a look, you can see we now have a red border around the blue background here. But we only want the border to be around the bottom and left sides. To do that, we can use the border width property. So I will go back right here inside the before pseudo element, and I will add border width, And the border width property accepts 4 values. The first value indicates the top side, then the right side, the bottom side after that, then finally the left side. So top, right, bottom, left. And because we only want borders on the left and bottom sides, we will add 0 for the top side, then 0 for the right one, then 3 pixels and 3 pixels for both the bottom and left sides. And there it is. Now you can see we have the border we want, which means we don't need this blue background anymore. So I will go right here and remove it. All right, now we want to create the border on the top right corner. This will be really easy. We just copy this before pseudo element, paste it, and change before to after. Then, instead of bottom and left, we will add top and right. And we know we want a border at the top and right corners, so we will fix this border width right here and make it 3 pixels, 3 pixels, 0, 0, instead of 0, 0, 3 pixels, 3 pixels. There we go. Now we have the 2 borders and they are set up in the top right corner and the bottom left corner. Next, we want to work on the hover effect. So we want to shift the borders a little bit inward, then set their opacity to 0 in order to make them invisible. And on hovering, we will make them shift back outward and we will make their opacity 1 again. All of this will make sense once we do it. So let's get to it. I will go right here inside the before pseudo element, which is the bottom right corner here, and I will change left and bottom to 12 pixels instead of 0. So now you can see this pushes the border inward towards the link itself. And I will add opacity 0 to make this invisible. All right, now on hovering over the link, we want to make the border move outwards again and show up for us. So I will say A, and on hovering over the link, I want to make some changes happen to the before pseudo element. I will add opacity 1, then bottom. We want it to be outward, so let's say -8 pixels. And left, -8 pixels as well. Now we want this change to happen smoothly, so we will go up here inside the before pseudo element, and we will add transition, all, 0.3 seconds. So now, when I go and hover over the link, you can see the bottom left corner appears and moves outward, giving us the effect we were aiming for. All right, let's quickly do that for the top right corner. I will go here and change top and right to 12 pixels and 12 pixels instead of 0 and 0. Then I will add opacity, 0, then transition, all 0.3 seconds. And after that, we will copy this, paste it again, change before to after, bottom to top, left to right. And now, when I go and hover over the link, you can see the borders are moving outward, giving us this nice effect. Now, one thing left, which is changing the background of the link when we hover. Let's do that quickly. I will go right here and say A on hovering. I will add background color, the same red color as the border, and color, white, to make the text color white, of course. And now, when I go and hover over any link, you can see we've got the effect we want, which is, as always, very nice.